Episode 419. Is that perfume? Alex returned to the school without telling Felicity she needed to apologize to the other students. He knew Felicity was clever enough to work it out for herself. The next morning, Alex arrived at his office to find Felicity waiting at the door. On this occasion, she was dressed like all the other students. Without her customary scowl and threatening posturing, she was actually quite pretty. Felicity seemed calm. After all, she didn't really care about school. The only thing that mattered was her mother's health. Alex had cured her mother, which was something Felicity hadn't been able to do. So as long as her mother was okay, she was willing to do whatever Alex told her. This was the same attitude that had led to Felicity extorting money from her classmates to help her mother. Alex invited her into his office. "Good morning, Felicity," he said. "What can I do for you?" "I just wanted to thank you," she said. "You know, for helping my mom." "You're welcome," he said. "Now, I've told the teachers and the students that you'll make a public apology for what you did. Will you do that?" "Okay." Felicity nodded, agreeing without hesitation. "That's great," Alex smiled at her. A knock came at the door. "Mr. Ambrose, are you in?" Lynn Bowen's voice came from outside the door. Alex looked at Felicity, knowing it didn't look good that he had a female student alone in his office so early in the morning. "Hide," Alex whispered. Felicity rushed to hide behind a filing cabinet. Alex opened his door. "What can I do for you?" he asked. "It's about Felicity," Lynn said, her expression worried. "I don't see how you can make her apologize to the school. You really shouldn't promise these things when you won't be able to deliver on them. You don't want to lose your job because of something like this." "I'll be fine, but thank you," Alex said, touched by her concern. Lynn opened her mouth to speak, but then she paused, sniffing at the air. "Why does it smell like perfume in here?" she asked, frowning. "It's probably yours," he suggested, hoping she would accept that explanation. "My perfume doesn't smell like that," she said. Then she shrugged, realizing there was no point in arguing. "Mr. Ambrose, you have to be careful. Some of the teachers will use even the smallest failure against you." Having done her duty by warning him, she turned and left. Felicity stepped out from behind the filing cabinet. She didn't comment on Lynn's interruption. "Mr. Ambrose, I'm not sure you really care about this job," she said. "But if you intend to do something about Class 6, then you'll have to deal with Lance." "Isn't he that stupid kid?" Alex asked. "He's not stupid," Felicity said, rolling her eyes. Only Alex would dare to say such a thing about Lance Cartwright. "Okay, well, you'd better get going," Alex said. "You need to decide what you're going to say in your apology." Felicity walked to the door, but then she turned back and asked, "Sir, do you have a girlfriend?" "Yes," he said, not elaborating. "What about me?" Felicity asked. "Wouldn't you like to date me?" "You?" Alex asked, shaking his head. "No, you're a minor, and I'm far too old for you." "I'm almost an adult," Felicity insisted, biting her lip. "Not close enough," Alex said, his tone firm. "I don't date minors." "Maybe when I'm older then," Felicity said. With that, she turned and left. Once Felicity had gone, Alex strolled over to the main building and saw Billy walking across the street. Billy looked a bit rough. He had dark circles under his eyes, and it didn't look like he had slept much. "Ah, if it isn't our teaching director," Alex said, smirking. Billy had spent the night answering questions at the police station. When he and Leonard had arrived, there had been no one available to deal with them, so they had been forced to sit there and wait on a hard bench. "Shut up," Billy said, practically snarling at him. "We'll see how arrogant you are after today's school assembly." Alex was confused. He had told everyone the assembly would be the next day, so why did Billy think otherwise? He didn't know that Billy had called the principal earlier that morning and asked to bring the assembly forward. Now it was scheduled for this morning. "I had the date changed," Billy said, sneering at him. "Let's see how you handle it now." Alex knew Billy was hoping the lack of extra time would cause Alex to fail. Alex had already promised that if Felicity didn't apologize, then he would resign. "You look tired, Billy," Alex said, chuckling. "Why don't you go and rest?" Billy snorted and stopped off. A short time later, the principal announced the school assembly over the intercom, and all the students filed into the auditorium. Billy walked over to Alex, looking at the students. "Have you packed yet?" he asked. "I'm looking forward to your resignation." "Whatever, Billy," Alex shrugged. "Well, you can't have seen Felicity since last night," Billy said, "so there's no way you could have persuaded her to apologize." They fell silent as the principal walked over to the rostrum and began to speak about the events of the previous night. He covered everything, including the fact the police were involved. The whole school was shocked. "Now it's your turn," Billy said, grinning at Alex. "Get up there and resign in front of everyone."